And we welcome you to the Rhodes House here at Alabama. The Crimson Tide taking of the season for Texas, #1 in the country at 32-2. A win tonight would keep them on pace with Oklahoma for first. Houghton is making the biggest start of her young career. The freshman out of Daphne, Alabama, trying to even this series tonight for the Crimson Tide and trying to get her first conference win. She's 13-2 on the season. Both of those losses coming in SEC play last night, so they are ready to bust. And hoping the Tide can get out to a better start. Here's the 7th pitch to good, and she lost her as well. Back-to-back walks to open the game for the freshman.
Vic has ahead and hammer the zone. These back-to-back walks here put her a little bit of jeopardy in the top of the first.
Yeah, throwing 14 pitches to the first two batters.
60 feet.
So the wild pitch gets a couple in scoring position. Martinez, their starting shortstop since she stepped on campus 3 years ago, but had to watch last season. Missed their championship year due to
Atwood's 14 home runs.
Reese hitting .422 with runners in scoring position. 2-2, you win a lot of games. 25-0 when they score first, including last night's win. They just had a 29-game win streak come to an end on Sunday. That was a school record. And a big reason why, championship team of a year ago, and of course their ace Tegan Cavan also returning. She picked up the win last night in the circle. Called strike 3. 2 down.
That was a great pitch by the freshman.
1 for 4, scored a run last night.
Well, this is one thing that Texas does, is they make you pay for those mistakes, the 2 walks to lead off. And
you got to fight off complacency. They've set some lofty goals. And one of those is to win the league championship as the count goes to 2-2.
So they watch pitches out of the zone. They very rarely expand or chase.
So important, I think, for Alabama's confidence to keep it close, give themselves a chance, and it's walk number 3 of the inning, and that will get Lance McMahon out of the Alabama. 7th batter to the plate is Ashton Maloney, the senior from Missouri. 3 for 4 with a couple of RBI last night.
Strong defense, right side, strong defense. Let's roll some ground balls.
6th best fielding percentage in D1. Ashton on the season has just 1 hit with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
So, I mean, you've got to think, I just want him to miss-hit something and let my defense help me out.
And she lost another one.
Yeah.
4th walk of the inning loads the bases. Bennett taking 3-1. Five of the first 8 she faced.
Well, what you're going to get with Brisky is consistency. Just 11 walks on the year to 115 strikeouts. She did
1 for 3 against Alabama last night. Excuse me, that's Wells at the plate. That each. Wells pops it up, back on the grass out and left is Salem Hawkins. Texas.
They're just tough to get out. They also take their walks, as we saw in that first inning.
Alexis Papillo grounds it to Vivi Martinez at short, 1 down. Now we're going to find out a little bit about the depth of their pitching staff, Michelle, because they won with their ace last night, and they follow that up with the freshman righty.
Job really with her changeup and her off speed.
Couple of first pitches swinging,
yeah.
2 down. Brooke Wells grounds out to good.
It's kind of what happens. It forces the hand of your opponent. When you put some runs up on the board, they've got to swing the bat, and Alabama trying to be aggressive.
This is, as of right now, a record-setting Alabama offense in terms of batting average and slug and on-base percentage. They are midway through the SEC season, threatening all those offensive numbers in terms of single-season success. They're led by Papillo at the top. Has been on big hits last night, but a top 10 recruit for the Tide.
She almost hits her teammate Taylor over there, who's also a freshman in the on-deck circle. Ducking to get out of the way.
House, a win percentage of 85%. Off the end of the bat, slow roller to Nichols, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Hannah Wells. Missouri this evening.
It was not long ago that home run of the year for the Longhorns. They can do it all, and this is a Texas team that battled very hard against Texas A&M last weekend. And that series has set them up well for this series here at T-Town.
Jenny Young under that. Good is retired, one away. This is also, you know, for Mike White, every day to get up and play against the best. They're 12 ranked wins, by far the most in the country. And they are in the midst of a 13-game stretch, I believe, all against ranks. Yeah, the host bubble is going to be fun this year. You could have 10 SEC teams hosting.
Yep.
Notice how deep the league is. Vivi Martinez struck
that first inning, a drop ball in the inner half that she hit out of the yard. It kind of set the tone for the game against Brisky.
Gets the swing and miss. 2 down.
And that's the pitch that's going to be important, Beth, because what
here's Reese Atwood. And would like to welcome those of you that have been watching the South Carolina Gamecocks knock out undefeated UConn in the Final Four. South Carolina into the national championship game. As Atwood drills one out to left under the glove of a diving Embry Taylor for the 2-out hit. Her second single
wins championships.
Texas is saying, hey, Smitty, how about our offense? We've scored in 8 of the 9 innings in the series, bud. Back-to-back knocks. That's Katie Stewart and her first one tonight.
Defending their national championship, they're attacking it.
Thought that was great from Mike White. Said, yeah, we've got a couple of new carrots dangling out there. We want to win an SEC championship. Didn't get that done to their final out against Clemson. Rallied to win. Altmaier caught looking. Couple of hits, couple left on, and Caden Henry goes deep.
Try to make Wells throw some pitches. Just the 4th batter coming to the plate for Alabama. How about 15 already for Texas?
Yeah, Wells, quick work, less than 10 pitches in the first inning. Got 3 ground outs at the top of the order. So here's Embry Taylor.
You have to be very choosy hitting those strikes. Laying off pitches out of the zone.
Ground ball to Martinez. Look at the footwork from Vivi as she gets ready to make that play. And it's 4. Here's the number 5 hitter, Marley Giles.
Well, there's that drop ball. 66% of the time, she's going to be throwing that in the high 60s, up to 68 miles an hour. Curveball extends, but it's also the ability to then try to get you to swing through it. So a lot of different speed variation, as well as really good movement. There it is again. So she'll throw it on both sides. Mostly will work it away, but that one came back inside. She was lucky it was more inner half and came back.
Going to score that one an infield hit, so that's the first for Bama today. And that'll bring up Audrey in the form of a fantastic freshman season last year for the Tide. Just foul outside the line.
Vandergriff has struggled a little bit. It really has expanded her zone. Her chase rate is up, and they here to take a zone. Pitchers are chasing her out of the zone.
And this one, Wells is able to handle. Only play is to first to get the second out. Giles was quick to second base for Alabama.
That's a good job by
9 batting average on the season. 3-1.
Atwood, that is, cannot see it, and both runners move up on that wild pitch.
Well, Johnson squared again, takes a strike, 1-1. Hitter, and the bases are loaded for Alabama, and the
15 home runs.
grounded out. First pitch she saw, first time up. Sophomore out of Round Rock, Texas, just north of Austin. Fifth pitch of this inning coming up for Hannah. Boy, you talk about a game of inches, you think of that comebacker to Hannah Wells just off the tip of her glove. 3 of the runs this inning got on base with free passes. So the walks have hurt both pitching staffs tonight.
I was just going to say, for young pitchers out there, the lesson we learned here tonight is.
Here's the 2-1. Fouls that off.
A little bit. It's an Alabama team that has left 215 runners on base, trying to convert them all in this game, getting them to cross the dish.
Lost her. Fourth walk of the inning.
Their pitch.
Foul back onto the rooftop of the press box. Texas. Taylor. Did she hold? Oh, 2-2.
I thought she held up. We'll have to take a look to see if that bat hit.
What an AB. Wow. For Taylor. Full tide again for Giles. Giles wanted all of that one. Slow roll to Nichols at third, and in time to end the inning. 6 runs on the 4 straight seasons with over 100,000 fans. Packing the Rhodes House. Won a big series here last year against defending national champion Oklahoma. Last inning where they scored 6 runs. Ashton Maloney, fly ball out to left. So let's see how #1 Texas responds after their 4-0 lead has gone away.
I can put runs up on the board, which, if you're wondering, that is an outstanding statistic. Really good is 60%, average is below 50%. Motivated, because it can be deflating at times. You give up a 6 spot, you're like, dear Lord, how often does that happen?
Bennett slaps that one, fair ball, and KD will leg it out for the infield hit with 1 down.
That central command, if you will.
CENTCOM?
CENTCOM, we'll call that. Since I live in Tampa, that's what we call it.
Not that CENTCOM.
No, Central Review in Birmingham.
So here is the #9 spot in the order.
We have already 5 lobs for Texas in this game.
Nichols out of play. 2 for 6 today with runners on base. Big 2-run single. Bases loaded. Texas down a couple. And it's Leanne Good. Chopper to third. Taylor comes home with it to get the lead runner for the 2nd out.
I thought Ambry
Brisky change in the second.
freshman cranking it up to 71 miles an hour. And this is what we're used out of this jam coming in relief here.
Swing and a miss to end the inning.
Big double by Wells to clear the bases.
Here's Salem Hawkins. Bunts it foul.
Big leadoff single for Vandergriff. Will be interesting to see what they do here. Typically, one of the best stolen base. We put her there because he said that number 1 and number 6 are typically your biggest leadoff spots.
Here's what should have been a sacrifice for Hawkins, but she's safe at first. And I think Texas may consider a challenge. She'll play some short game too. Nichols does not give it a chance to roll foul, and the bases are loaded. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
Trying to get underneath the hands of Johnson.
There it's number 1 versus number 5 tonight at the Rhodes House. Lauren Johnson, a swing and a miss against Citlali Gutierrez, the 3rd different Texas pitcher tonight. 10th OPS. Had a 13-game hitting streak earlier this season. Lines that one foul.
Yeah, this is a recharged offense.
Here's Brooke Wells, the 3-run double in the 2nd inning. Reaches for it. And Gutierrez gets back-to-back strikeout, or gets another strikeout here of Wells, 2 down.
And
Roman, 0 for 1, a ground out and a walk. Full count. Hawkins, Young, and Papillo on base for Alabama. Called strike 3. Alabama leaves the bases loaded, but they get another one up. Sema, bottom of the 2nd. Reese Atwood's been doing her part. Drove in a couple of runs with the single in the first, singled again in the 2nd. It's 4-5
board for the for the Longhorns.
Ground ball to Taylor at 3rd. 1 down. Patient, very mature with her swing. Has shrunk the zone a lot. And I thought it was great stuff, from Aaron Earlywine, their hitting coach. You need to be able to hit the rise on Friday nights in the SEC
balls, but she was not as good on pitches up in the zone. This year, she's done a much better job.
In foul territory, and the catch is made by Taylor. So Alabama able to retire Atwood.
Moulton is just so quick with her windup. Shorter in stature, about 5'4", so that arm circle is super quick and explosive.
Just a couple of innings to get back in there and get after it. And getting it done. She's retired 5 straight and a 1, 2, 3. Giles, I know one thing, it's extra pay tonight for Caleb and Catherine out there manning our center field cameras. They've had to duck for cover a couple of times on home run balls tonight.
Great job.
I think Caleb took one on the shoulder off the bat of Caden Henry earlier, and this one cleared the top of both of them off of Taylor's bat, and now Giles on board. Brentley, the sophomore out of Aledo, Texas, transferred in from Texas Tech. A lefty with a good chin. Vandegrift. Bunt single last time up. Corner's coming way in with Audrey's speed now for these two teams. Slow roller to third. Nichols, only play is to first. Giles into scoring position with one out. As good as a sacrifice.
Yeah, that's a great job by Nichols, seeing that Leanne Good was.
And for a strike to Hawkins. And stay in the top 4 in the conference. And of course, Texas needs a win to stay tied with Oklahoma, otherwise they fall a game back with that big head-to-head. Full count here to Hawkins with a runner in scoring position, one out. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez gets the strikeout, 2 down.
Chases her down into the dirt, pitch clearly out of the zone, but that's.
Sophomore from Huntsville.
That's a changeup again.
Hubbard out to left and over to make the catch is Altmaier. Side retired, one stranded, but a home game back in the third and has now retired 6 in a row. One down.
Well, to your point, Beth, she has been working from ahead. You work from ahead, it makes such a big difference. Look at that, since she stopped.
Compliment to Brisky. Jocelyn took her first loss yesterday. She pitched a couple of innings here tonight, so with low pitch counts, she could be back tomorrow. Now remember, the game has been switched from a night game to a day game with weather coming. Could make a difference as Bennett wraps one back up the middle. Texas a 9-1 winner in game 1 and likely to see Tegan Cavan tomorrow, who was masterful, picking up her 14th win of the season last night.
She was outstanding, just 107 pitches. Gave up just 1 earned run, 5 hits.
Guiding Texas to its first title. Nichols out to Johnson, 2 down, and here comes the top of the order. Chop to second, and the tag is applied by Jenna Young on Katie Bennett. That'll end the threat and the inning. 9, and then the top coming up for Alabama.
Alabama's taken advantage of 8 free passes, 7 of those walks, a hit batter, and 6 hits.
Johnson waits on it, sends it out to Henry in left center, 1 down.
Yes, it was 7 pitches.
Yeah. And Papillo is on base for the 3rd straight time. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Under Patty Gasso.
Those 28 Olympic Games will be played in Oklahoma City.
Wells, and sliding and going for it was Maloney, just out of her reach. Two on with 1 out. I mean, the walks are out tonight for Anna. Roman reaches for it. Stewart will touch the bag at first. And 2 in scoring position with 2 out for Embry Taylor, who hit a bomb her last.
Dashes it back up the middle with runners at second and third with 2 outs, running all the way. A couple more big runs up on the board. A 10-4 lead now for the Tide.
Home run would walk it off. Giles golfs that one out to left for a base hit. And the game winner is aboard. Let's see, Garrett Griggs is the pinch runner at second base. The big one is Giles at first base. The season. Can the Tide return the favor tonight?
And their situational hitting has been outstanding. 5 for 9.
RBI single back in the second. And a bunt single in the third. Takes a look at strike one. Oh, and 2. Hard hit, but right at Martinez. And Texas lives to play another inning. 11-4 Alabama. An Alabama win tonight gives Oklahoma sole possession of first place by a game over Texas and 2 games in the loss column over Florida and Alabama.
Vivi Martinez, just 2 strikeouts coming into tonight's game. She has struck out 3 this evening.
Get out of this inning, get one more run up, and get home for some rest. Texas trying to extend it. Martinez laces one out to center, and there's Vandegrift, 1 down. Other than that's what's happened, Smitty. 1 home run that went over their head. All the other hits are singles.
Good job following up. Changeup off. She struck out on the changeup twice in game 1 last night.
Atwood chops that to Hawkins. Over to second for 1. Double play for the Alabama defense. Young has walked and scored, reached on an error. Flew out. Ground ball to good, 1 down. This is on the bunt attempt. Bat again. She would lead off for the Horns. 1 out away from watching that.
Well, we talked to Coach Murphy about what were the keys to being able to win against Texas. He said we have to limit the strikeouts as a team. So just 3 strikeouts this season.
First pitch swinging. Chops that to Stewart. Bobbled. And the game winner is the 3-run double in the second inning.
both catchers for that matter. A lot of balls in the dirt.
Wells, ground ball, snagged by Nichols. And we are headed to the 7th. Last chance coming up for Texas.
The freshman here this evening.
Look at that, retired 11 of 13 since she's come back. Now has to face the big bopper and Katie Stewart, followed by Altmaier and Maloney due up. 3 due to inclement weather tomorrow has already been moved up to 12:30 locally, 1:30 Eastern. And there's a rocket all the way to the track. And Johnson, who was playing deep, able to hold her to a single. Run and all singles. Here's Altmaier.
Because if you're playing traditional, left field depth, that's a double. That ball goes to the wall, it's over your head, you're running back for it.
Another 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3.
Alton attacking that outer half of the...
Maloney walked in the first. There for 2 cents. To second base, Young flips for 1. That's all they'll get. They'll take care of the lead runner. And Texas is down to its final out. Bennett fouls that one off.
The freshman comes